I built my first SaaS, and it was a hell of a journey. It had some fun parts, but also some hard parts that I have struggled with. So before my start, I decided to make some conditions for me. So the SaaS has to be a simple, more of a like CRUD style application. And so I decided to go with Notes app because it's kind of understandable and predictable. Because the main goal was to make a cognitive load for myself manageable, not too overwhelming. And I thought to myself that Notes app is a good start for the SaaS. The second condition was that it has to be a full-fledged SaaS application. It means it had to have the backend with database, the authentication, and the payment system. And after 2 months of work, I have managed to create my first SaaS. But the thing is that in my imagination, my SaaS looks like this. So it's kind of, the Frankenstein, all the part. It's so-called the finished project, but everything, at least in my head, seems to be so different, so rusty in some places, so unperfect. That's why this little image illustrates exactly how it feels in my head. So everything is so different. And the tech stack, I decided to go for the Next.js for the backend, React for the frontend, TypeScript for types, Shadcn UI for the UI components, then Stripe for payment system, MongoDB for database, Clerk for authentication, and some Next.js byproducts like server components and server actions. I met them first time in my life and tried to understand also the API routes, and I tried to understand how all this works, and it was kind of fun journey. So here's what my first SaaS looks like. So I called it Zotes. So it's on actual domain, zotes.top. So it's kind of notes, but Zotes, just for a fun way. And so I created this simple landing page with illustration of the UI and then the pricing section. So I decided to go with 2 plans. So the basic one for $0 and the paid plan for $5, which has unlimited notes for paid and 3 notes for free plan. It's a simple sign-in process, again using Clerk, and I stylize it as the Shadcn UI, so it's Clerk elements. I decided to go just with Google OAuth to make my first time simpler. So this is the personal account of the user, which has the little badge here with the plan. So it's Pro plan. I have already made a payment. Yes. Now here you could create note. It goes to the new page. So I could say second note. And as you can see here, I decided, to make just to practice a little bit of form validation. I decided, just to make a limit of minimum character count. That's my first SaaS. And you just save the node, and after the node is saved, you could, add some more content, and the node is going to be updated, and all the updates, they go towards the database. And as you can see here, just right there in the screen, there is a small toast. It's Shadcn component. And then when you go back to nodes, you could see all your nodes, and it's also like a small filter. So you do, for example, first, and you see just your filtered nodes list. And if you want to go inside of the node, you just click and it goes into your node, and here you could do some update if you want, and you also could go back. And then again, it's a CRUD application, so we had the ability to create a node with this new node. We could read them by seeing them right there or right here, and again we could update, so it's you, and of course you could delete. So you've got this model window where you click delete, and here I also used the optimistic update, so it immediately removes the node from the app, but then it performs the database operation, so it's kind of good practice. Yes, also user could manage its subscription, and as you can see here, again, some good UI. So button is disabled, and we are being redirected to the Stripe account. And as you can see here, it has all the Stripe UI. It came from the Stripe, the bank card information, the invoice history, and also the user can cancel subscription right there. And also here's, as you can see here, we have the sign out button, after clicking to which we are being redirected back to the landing page. So regarding to app itself, that's probably it. Again, as I said, it's a simple CRUD application. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the technologies. So here's my package and package.json file. As you can see here, we have Clerk for Next.js and Clerk elements for stylizing for the Shadcn style. We have the hook form. It's for the form validation, so it's Zod validation. We have some classes for the Shadcn components, the icons, the mongoose for the MongoDB, Next.js itself, React, again the hook form, Stride, Tailwind. So it's pretty usual tech stack for the modern applications. So I decided to take a look. So the initial commit, the first commit was made on April 26, and the last commit, it means when I have uploaded to Vercel, was made on June 27th. So it took me around 2 months to build this, and overall the process went pretty soft, but I still remember I had some issue with sign in and sign up process, because I hadn't really been understanding how Google works under the hood, and I spent around 1 week just to make this sign in and sign up logic to make it work. And my friends, this Notes app might be a very small project comparing to some other SaaS web applications, but it's a huge psychological win for myself. And I think a very good advice is, when you start something for the first time, for the second time, go ahead and go for something small enough, but the idea and the main moral is to go ahead and to finish this product and make it ready to ship to the market. And if you do that, the next, second, third, fourth project, you can take a little bit bigger. So my friends, if you're into SaaS or web development, I really wish you to go ahead and make something small but ready to show to your friends, family, i.e. the finished project. Thank you.